Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a MyLowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun.
Well, today is Veterans Day, and WABC helped sponsor the parade, the Veterans Day Parade, and it was a beautiful day.
The ABC
and the
trolley.
sun was shining, and we had the WABC trolley. Ernie Anastas was there. Greg Kelly was there. Vito Fasella was there. I mean, everybody was there.
And Curtis was there. You and
Curtis
Margot?
did a great job.
Yeah, beautiful
day. He didn't wear
day.
his ABC jacket. He wore his Curtis for Mayor jacket.
He did.
I said, you're here. The only reason you're here is because you're ABC. Get rid of that jacket.
How funny. But I heard it was a great day and a beautiful day. And, of course, we love our veterans. We want to say thank you to everybody who has served our country.
America has made a comeback. America is going in the right direction again. Thank you to all our listeners. Thank you to all America for electing President Trump and electing a majority in the Senate, and looks like a majority in the Congress. Why? America is back.
And you know what? Peace through strength, John, too. You're already seeing it.
Our veterans are more appreciated.
Yes.
And look, I have nothing against Democrats. I am pro-common sense Democrats. But our veterans are appreciated. Our armed forces are appreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these crazy Democrats.
Do you know what's happening up in Columbia? Where they call it
What's going on in Columbia?
They were calling it Martyrs' Day. So they were going to protest all the so-called genocide.
Let's find out the truth. Because under the new dean that's up there, under the new chancellor, whatever the title is, it's people on the campus itself.
We're trying to take over the campus.
Students.
Yeah, and I'm being told now, John, that it was on the campus, at the main campus at Morningside Heights, and that they did protest.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
But why are they protesting today on Veterans Day?
Yes, they are protesting, quote,
against the people that got us here.
Yes, and they're saying that they want to support the, quote, martyrs of the war machine, those who fought against the war machine.
And the war machine is Israel and the United States.
Yes.
That's the war machine.
You're right. It's the anti-Israel crowd, same group, those
people,
the pro-Hamas crowd.
Pro-Hamas, pro-Iran.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I was on with Sid this morning, and I told the American people the truth.
You were great, by the way. I heard you guys. You were great. It was great.
There are 3,000, I think, 144 counties in the whole United States. All right? 3,144. Kamala won like 525. You know how little that is?
Yeah, well, you look at the map. It's like little dots, little blue dots.
Now, the other strange thing is, we look back to 2020 when Trump kept saying, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. I have a gut feeling there was something wrong here.
Well, you know where I have a problem, John?
81
That's
million
the
votes.
point. Yes.
81 million votes for President Biden. And if you look at the history of Democratic votes, it was anywhere from 65 to 68 to 69 to 66 between Hillary, Obama.
Right.
And where did 81 million votes come from?
Drop boxes.
Mail-ins. And you know what, like Las Vegas, there was one, I think there was like 2 million inhabitants, 2 million citizens, and they mailed out 2.5 million.
Well, and what about the ballot harvesting, John, where they went to nursing homes and walked out? I agree with you. It needs to be looked into. Needs to be looked into.
What did we say last week?
Too big to rig.
Well, that's why Trump won. It was too big to rig. The American people were angry.
Yes.
But now it's time to fix it. Voter fraud should be mandatory. And I'm going to tell that to Speaker Johnson and whoever the head of the Senate is going to be. And I understand that, what was it, Kerry?
There's going to be a vote on Wednesday from majority.
Yeah, vote on. And by the way, John, you brought up also election. Let's talk about over the last few days.
Let's finish with voter fraud.
Well, no, here's
mandatory jail sentence, no fines. You know why no fines? Because somebody else is going to pay the fines.
Yeah,
and nobody will be scared. Mandatory jail sentence for me. If they know what they're doing and they're stealing from the American people, mandatory jail sentence.
I agree. That way they won't get out and they'll be afraid. Then someone can't bail them out. One of the things, though, John, that came out also the last few days, you guys, was that no, this is about Trump first. Trump is coming out and through a number of his folks, Vivek and a number we're talking this weekend, saying that he wants to, first of all, make Election Day a federal holiday, but he wants to make sure.
What good is it if they can vote for 3 weeks before?
I agree, but he wants to make ID mandatory at voting. I agree with that.
The other one.
I agree with that.
All our listeners, our millions of listeners, the only states that Kamala Harris won are the states that don't require voter ID.
Exactly.
I want to ask.
That must be a coincidence.
Is that a coincidence or does it smell?
Yeah, there's something wrong. And John, the fact that also 81 million, it wasn't like people were so excited about Joe Biden. Even look at the landslide Trump had. And right now the votes are 74 million for Trump. I mean, come on.
And with all the votes, with all the getting out the votes, the Democrats, Kamala just hit 70.
Yes, that's why.
So
there's
where does
something.
81 million votes come from?
Well, you know what? And also, speaking of money, John, did you see that she spent over $1 billion, including paying some of these performers?
Okay. And she paid $1 million to who?
Beyonce.
Beyonce got paid $1 million, and she still didn't sing.
Yeah, I think they probably needed to pay more for singing.
And they paid her $1 million to Oprah.
Show up.
Oprah got it afterwards, and then another Megan Thee Stallion, who's another popular singer, got $500,000.
Oh, that's
according to reports.
Trump changed.
Trump changed.
They didn't ask me to come or to sing.
Here's the other one. They are trying to force Sotomayor out of the Supreme Court because she's too old. She's over 70. Me, I'm old too.
Right.
You're older.
And she's saying, I'm not going anywhere. She's like, I'm doing fine.
So they're going to put Kamala in the Supreme Court.
Well, no, the other plan is, John, did you hear this? That this came from a spokesperson.
Sotomayor, let's finish the story.
Yeah, said, I'm not leaving anywhere.
Sotomayor says, go to hell.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Good for her. She's a spry 70.
I'm with her. She's a young 70.
Yeah. Now the other one.
Who's the other one?
This is the
They're trying to force Biden.
Yeah, they're trying to. This is from a Kamala Harris spokesperson. Came out and said, "Let's ask Biden to step aside,
so she
and
can
then she can be the
president.
first female president for a few weeks."
Okay,
I mean, you can't make this up.
So identity politics worked out so well for us the last 4 years. Let's replicate that era.
Exactly. It's incredible.
All right, guys,
incredible.
It's 12 minutes after